As we explore new approaches in concurrent instruction, let's look at how morning meetings can help build relationships, provide a path to social-emotional learning, and establish routines that will support academic learning throughout the day.
I have a really cute story. My student came in one day, the first time that he got to school face-to-face, and he saw the big monitor of all of his students, or all of his friends, and he immediately said, "Oh my goodness, my friends."
Morning meetings are really helpful in building classroom community because it gives the kids a chance to just talk to each other, get to know each other, experience each other, and it gives me a chance to get to know them as well.
In a morning meeting, students meet for 30 minutes and interact with one another during 4 components. A greeting, where students and teachers welcome one another. An opportunity to share, where listeners often offer comments or ask clarifying questions. A group activity that fosters community. A morning message written by the teacher that helps students focus on the learning they will do in school that day. Let's look at how teachers use the same principles of morning meeting to foster a sense of community among their students during concurrent instruction.
First grade, how is everyone? Can I get some waves? Woo! Okay, would anyone like to share how they are feeling? How are we feeling today? Sanvi, nice and loud.
I'm feeling happy.
Tell us why you're feeling happy.
Today I'm going to Daddy work, that's why.
Notice how the teacher uses her monitor, camera, and projector to make students at home and in school visible to each other. And the teacher is intentionally celebrating successes and encouraging communication between both groups.
I have learned with morning meeting and talking about our feelings especially, that actually one of my students, we decided that she needed just a My Feelings flip grid, and after talking about that with her and the other students, we decided as a class that we would have just a feelings flip grid for everyone, just to give them that opportunity to tell me their feelings, tell me about their day, anything if they ever needed someone to talk to.
Well, the beauty of the morning meeting model is that it really helps us to keep our finger on the pulse of what's happening with our students. It gives them a voice and an opportunity to share things that might be happening with them or happening at home that they might not be able to share otherwise. I found it's almost easier to arrange a time with a teacher and say, hey, I'm gonna sneak in and pull so-and-so into a breakout room and have a quick check-in. Hey, I've heard, X, Y, or Z is happening. What kind of support can I give? And it's a quick check-in, but really it's not disruptive to the learning environment, but it allows me to make that connection really quickly and then have a plan of action moving forward.
While teachers know the impact of morning meetings when we are face-to-face, let's look at some of the challenges and tips to make implementation easier during concurrent instruction.
The hardest thing right now in managing morning meeting with concurrent learning is sometimes you have the boys and girls coming in from the bus or walking and eating breakfast, and I feel like the most challenging thing right now is just being able to start at the same time each day and having that routine. Having that routine each day has been positive because my students know what to expect. They know my expectations, and we can just roll on with our day.
I think the hardest thing about managing morning meetings and concurrent instruction is that unity. You really have to foster it, and you have to facilitate it, and you have to really unify the class across virtual land and real life land. And that's probably the most difficult thing, but I think if you've built that and you give them that ownership, that it becomes a little easier. And every time you continue to build it, it becomes easier and easier and more natural.
So what are some tips to help foster engagement and unity in morning meetings during concurrent instruction?
So one of the ways that I started getting the kids engaged at home was really making them feel important, and again, making them feel part of the class. Like, I want them to understand I want to hear their voice, their opinions matter, and what they have to say matters. This is really their classroom, and it makes them own it, and it's their environment, and they get to create that environment. And so when you own something, you want to take really good care of it. So they take good care of their environment. It's important to make sure that you're really explicit and paying attention to the fact that kids can hear each other. And so when there is some sort of technological glitch, or when a kid in class says something that you think the virtual land couldn't hear, that you repeat it loudly, but you say it in a way that you're just that you're just restating what the student said, so they feel heard and it's their voice in their words, but I'm just repeating it for them. One thing about morning meeting also is that it does set the expectation and the tone for the day. So the students know that I expect them to respond. The students know that I expect them to interact. They know that this is important for themselves. We do a lot of 3 whys. So why is this important to me? Why is it important to my community? Why is it important to the world? And so they start to recognize that participating and having a voice is important for all of those things, and important to their classmates. And that tone is set right from morning meeting.
This morning meeting really does form the foundation of our respectful community and creates a positive school culture.